Hey everyone, Scotty Cooley, West Ham Fan TV. Welcome to the big match preview. This video is sponsored by OneFootball. The OneFootball app is the easiest place to keep up to date with all the latest scores, stats and transfer news, all in one place. To download the OneFootball app, click the link in the description below. Straight with a preview, we take on Chelsea Monday night, 8 PM kickoff at Stamford Bridge, looking for our first away win of 2019 and our first victory at Stamford Bridge since 2002. Obviously, to do that, we need to bounce back from that dreadful performance against Everton at the London Stadium the other week. You know, probably one of the worst performances of the season, definitely one of the worst home performances of the season. But knowing the way we are, we'll probably turn up on Monday night against Chelsea. You know, we didn't show up at all against Everton. I think Pellegrini got the tactics wrong, got the starting 11 completely wrong. You know, but there's players pushing for a start now. You know, there's players that need to be looked at and think, well, maybe now it's time that you'll get dropped, especially in the defence. You know, 5 goals in our last 2 home games. You know, it's not pretty reading. So, you know, I'm expecting changes. As I said, on a plus note, we have only lost once to Chelsea in the last 5 games. 2 draws in our last 2 fixtures. You know, we had a decent game against them at the London Stadium, which finished 1-1. You know, there's signs there. We've raised our game for the big boys this season. And, you know, Chelsea, as much as it pains me to say it, they are one of the big teams. They are still pushing for the Champions League, but they will be having one eye on that Europa League fixture on Thursday night. You know, they're going to be looking to win that competition just in case they miss out on the top floor. So they're going to take the top 4, sorry. They're going to take this game very, very seriously. You know, they had a decent win against Brighton, 3-0 win over Brighton last time out, and they've only lost 1 of their last 10 fixtures. You know, and for a side what quite a few of their supporters are not happy with their manager, that's a decent bit of form. You know, I'd take that all day long being a West Ham fan, losing 1 of our last 10 and being pushing for the Champions League. But they've got high expectations at Chelsea. A few Chelsea fans, workmates of mine, you know, and I pick up the things that they're saying there in Sarri's selections and things like that. You know, they're not happy, but they're still in a decent position. When we look at injuries-wise, we do have Fredericks, Anderson, Nasri. All should be returning for this one. You know, you're going to have players like Noble, Balbuena pushing for a start. Antonio, Hernandez as well. You know, Hernandez was dropped after scoring the 2 goals against Huddersfield. Yes, he did come back late from international duty, but I think Nicky touched on it in post-match point. It's not like he's a flying economy. You know, they've probably come back first class, business class, or even on a bed, sleeping on the plane. So, you know, it's a bit different. Yes, he's played a lot of football, but it's what he's paid to do. You know, so whether he come back late or not, if he was fit, he should have started, even if he played an hour and then come off. But I fully expect him to start in this one, if I'm honest, Hernandez. You know, he deserves it. The real question, obviously, is Arnautovic. Again, didn't have the best of games last time out. Still got a lot to prove to us. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea. You know, fans were booing the substitution, probably a bit booing Arnautovic, probably also a bit booing the substitution. But he's a very, very key player to us. You know, we just need him to show up. As much as it pains me to say it, you know, he is a top player. And him and Hernandez will cause Chelsea problems. You know, it'd be a big boost as well having Anderson and Nasri back. Nasri is such a creative spark. We so much missed him and Anderson against Everton, just for that little bit of, you know, creativity, the little bit of picking a pass. You know, we let that going forward against Everton, you know, and it was probably one of our downfalls. We didn't offer nothing going forward. With Chelsea, they've got 4 players looking who are slight doubts. Loftus-Cheek being one of them, who's going to be pushing for a start if he is fit. 2 goals in his last 2 games. Very, very talented youngster. You know, he's one definitely for the future. And, you know, he's one we need to keep an eye on. There's plenty of players in that Chelsea lineup that, you know, on their day are very, very good players and will cause us problems. Hazard, William, you know, Hudson-Odoi, who obviously made his England debut, got his first start for Chelsea the other week, first Premier League start, sorry, for Chelsea the other week. Very, very talented, exciting youngster. So they've got players that can cause us problems. So we need to be on it. And as I said, I fully expect, so long as they fit the likes of Fredericks, Nasri, Antonio, Balbuena, Noble, and also Anderson to return to the starting lineup. I can see wholesale changes after the last performance anyway. So, you know, tough one to call. If we show up, we will cause Chelsea problems. Chelsea, you know, sometimes they don't perform at their top, you you know, at the top levels, as I said, they will have that. I'm fully expecting Chelsea to make changes from this to their starting 11 from the Brighton fixture as well. You know, again, players like Higuain, you know, I've not seen much of him since he's come to the Premier League, but I know about him from when he was in Italy. Very, very good player. Olivier Giroud as well, you know, has a decent record against West Ham. So a lot of players to watch out for, but you've got to be optimistic going into this one. Being a West Ham fan, knowing the way we raise our game against the big sides, against London rivals, you know, you have got to be optimistic. I'm not going to predict this score because I've not done very well in the last couple of times. So, you know, I'm just going to go for a draw on this one, sit on the fence and go from there. But thank you very much for watching. I'd very much doubt it'll be a post-match pint as it's a night-time kickoff. Nicky and Ryan will probably do a post-match reaction after the game. Dan will have his instant match reaction. Dan has also met Louis from 100% Chelsea, so make sure you check out that video as well. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, click the bell button as well so you get a notification every time a new video gets posted. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're across all the social medias. We're using them a lot more now, finally. So, yeah, make sure you check us out. One thing left to say, come on you Irons.